Happy fucking Monday, everybody. From me, Tatum, and my little friend here, this honker on my fucking forehead with a mind of its own, girl. Hope y'all are having a great day.
Happy fucking Monday. Ooh. I am literally we're going to start today's show with a catch up. This is like my first day alive in like a week, bro. We went out to Old Town last weekend, and I got the Old Town flu.
And I got something too. Well, my vocal cords were like fried.
I was literally out all week long. I'm like still exhausted. This is like my quote unquote first normal day back. I did nothing. I slept from Tuesday to Saturday, probably all week, literally nothing. So my voice is sounding better. I also lost my voice, super raspy. I'm like hacking up a fucking lung in the
My voice
morning.
is sounding better too, but now my tonsils are swollen.
So we're sitting on opposite ends of the couch today.
I don't think I'm sick because I don't feel sick anymore. But
That's what they all say.
I mean,
It's
girl,
just allergies.
it could have been the twink that I kissed on Friday night.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So let's do our catch up. What's going on? What's up with you?
Well, Friday night I had a bad night at work, and then I went out with my coworkers, got kind of sloshed, and I made out with a twink at a bar. Then I ended up at some girl's apartment.
Can we define twink? This is a man?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a
gay man. He wasn't like a
flamboyant gay man.
He wasn't really a twink, I guess, but I just call every gay guy a twink.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
But there's like a distinction, right? Like a twink is like
Yes.
very like girls,
the Urban
girl.
Dictionary of a twink is young, dumb, and full of cum, girl.
Stop.
So, yeah, they're basically just super flamboyant. Usually very skinny, scrawny.
Okay.
Like when you go to Pride and you see like the skinny, scrawny gays running around with rainbow-colored jock straps, like that is totally a twink. Twinks upon us, girl.
Twinks upon us. Yeah, I know you called me at 2 a.m. and I was like in the depth of my den sleeping, and I did not answer. I was like, no, I can't. I don't have it in me.
It's a good thing she did it because
Tatum!
that bitch was going through it. That bitch was going through it.
Girl, it would have been like some chaos. I would have gotten like all the tea. I love your tea times though. They're so fun.
Are they?
Yeah.
Not me sending my friends like 10-minute voice memos that night.
They're
so pissed.
But this was like, okay, so it was just like a work thing that like made you irritated.
Just a bad day.
Yeah.
But
okay, what else has been going on? Anything new?
Nothing really new, you guys. I have been practicing not drinking during the week and only on the weekend, so that's good.
Okay. Are we like 1 weekend? Where are we at?
1 weekend.
Ooh. Okay.
Went to the gym all week.
Good for you. Oh, I can't wait.
Trying to make better choices.
I love that.
If I'm gonna fly off a handle, please let it be on a Friday or Saturday night.
or with me when I decide to start drinking again.
Yeah. Literally, whatever she decides, I'm gonna be like, all right, let's go.
Let's go. You're like,
Monday
it's
morning.
Tuesday.
Let's go, girl.
We're recording. We're having cocks.
Old Town, let's go.
That's so funny.
What's new with you, girl?
No, yeah, nothing. Just being sick. It hasn't been great, but that's fine. We don't have much to catch up this week because my life has been so boring. However, before we get into the episode, we do have some updates for the show. We came up with some great ideas. As you guys know by now, please use the write-ins, even if you
fucking write into us. Sorry, I always cut you off.
It's okay. It's okay. It's well warranted. Write in, even if you think like, oh, they probably have so many people writing in. No, we don't. We need you. We need you. So it could be anything. If you have a thought or if something reminds you of like us or the show, or if we're talking about something and then it happens to you like IRL, write it in, give us a story time. It doesn't have to be advice. It could literally be anything. And then just make sure you're commenting on the episodes on Spotify and YouTube. That's also super important. We came up with this idea. Okay. The bucket list idea.
Podcast Becky, baby.
Yeah, we came up with this idea that we saw from someone on Instagram. They were going to do a summer bucket list. And I was like, oh my God, this would be so fun. We should do this, but for the podcast. And we had another idea brewing around that I think we had mentioned in previous episodes about starting our own reality YouTube TV series. So we have decided that this podcast bucket list is going to morph into our YouTube reality vlogs, which,
I think it's going to be so fun.
okay, I have a surprise.
Did we go over this, you guys?
This has been so hard.
But you know what? I did tell her because she was like, well, you don't like surprises. Because the first day I was feeling like shit. She was like, oh, I'm driving over to your house to give you some medicine. I
Yeah.
was going to surprise you, but you don't like surprises. And I was like, listen, I like surprises.
But like when they're real, fully fucking shocked.
Or when you just don't tell me. And then it's like today, you're like, hey, I have a surprise for you. Here it is today. I'm not going to make you wait fucking 2 months for it.
I figured out so this is like going to be the launch of our YouTube reality vlog. I know exactly what we're going to do.
What is it?
And I got you a little present.
You guys, I'm actually scared to open this.
You're going to be shooketh to the core.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh God, what is it, you guys? What is it? I'm scared. I'm really scared.
No, it's going to be so fun. Go, 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 go. This is like the hardest secret I've ever had to keep.
Okay, a bucket.
Yeah. What does it say?
I'm scared.
What does it say?
After? An afters episode? Or is this a note?
I don't know.
What is this?
We're going on a road trip.
To where?
What does it say in the highlighted?
To the Sphere of the Venetian Resort? Is this in fucking
Las Vegas? Taking you to an EDM show.
Oh my God. Girl, I'm actually so shocked. Do you guys know that I've been watching, like, this is the same show that just played there, right?
Yeah.
Recently?
So the end of Genesis is this is the last two performance of this. I think it's Anima. I think that's who the artist is. He's bringing out Mal P and John Summit for 2 different shows. So we got the Mal P ticket.
You guys, I'm so excited. Thank you, Tina.
I'm so stoked. So you're obviously hearing it here first. He's in shock. We're going to give him a minute and I'm going to explain. We're going to use this whole trip as like a content, like branding, marketing for the show. It's going to be the start of our YouTube vlog, reality vlog. We're going to do an episode on the way in the car. We're going to like create content the whole time we're there and use it all for YouTube and for the podcast. And And you get to go to your first show and we get to do a whole like girls Vegas weekend.
At the Sphere, you guys.
Girl. Are you still talking? Girl. Stop talking. Okay, we needed a little moment.
Yeah, girl.
A moment of silence and disbelief.
I am so shocked. It's unreal, but I'm so excited.
It's going to be really fun for the show and we're going to do more stuff like this. So I was happy to like surprise you and the listeners and drop it on an episode because this is going to be like a side quest, like that's separate from the podcast. So we'll obviously do like debriefs and stuff from our trips on the show, but then the whole vlog is going to be a completely different kind of like series on the YouTube. So go follow, subscribe to the YouTube. You're going to get a lot more of us this year. And this is just one of the things on our bucket list, which maybe we'll post. Like we'll have to like write it out and everything once we get.
Yeah, we will.
Once we get everything, we can like post and cross it off and whatever.
Oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys.
It's going to be so freaking.
It is seriously going to be chaotic and so much fun.
I know. I was telling Chance, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to break my sober drinking streak for that weekend.
Yeah, girl.
We're gonna have to go completely feral. We could do like
feral, absolutely.
No, yeah, 1000%.
Feral, please. I need it.
It's gonna be like 36 hours in Vegas.
I literally haven't been to Vegas since I was 21.
Okay, I was gonna ask you because I was sure that you had gone before, but I wasn't sure like what the detail
I
was.
went with really stupid people. I also didn't have enough money. Like I didn't realize like how much everything costs
Oh
there.
shit.
So it just like wasn't fun for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, girl, I didn't get to go to the fucking Sphere.
I haven't been either.
Oh my God,
It's
I'm
gonna be a
so
great show.
excited.
I know. We got good seats. I'm like so pumped.
Oh my God.
It doesn't even feel real. I haven't done a girls trip in so long. I can't wait.
I'm literally, oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys.
Okay. So we're gonna spare all of the giddiness. Sorry. It's a very happy moment.
I know.
I'm really happy that everyone kind of gets to see the journey of like the show, our friendship, like all the things that we have. I really this is going places. Like I can fucking feel it. I don't know what shape it's taking yet, but like believe me, we're sitting on this couch now, but we're going to be sitting
In our own studio.
someone else's couches later.
Hopefully not the back room casting couch.
No, oh my, I'm thinking like Good Morning America or something.
Okay. Yeah, girl.
Just a girl and a gay. Um, I also want to say, I guess, before we get into the episode, I'm so sorry for the audio. I know longtime listeners, you know that this typically isn't an issue, but now that we have two people, we're dealing with a lot more sounds. And I'm a one woman show here. I mean, other than Chance helping me record, I'm doing all the editing and all the things, and a girl only knows so much. So please just keep following along because we're learning, we're growing.
We're getting there, girl.
And segging ways, segwaying.
Segwaying.
My God.
Segwaying.
Wow. That was a horrible segue. We are talking about dilemmas today. So we asked you guys to write in. Nobody did. It's fine.
Come on. We need it. We need the write-ins, you guys.
No, I'm kidding. Some people did write in. And so we're gonna go through these. So I posted on my story like what is a dilemma? And basically it's like you have a problem and you're not sure if like which avenue you should go down. That's for lack of the better definition. So let's read some of these. Did you want to go first? Should I go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Long story short, I have a huge crush on a recruiter, 23 female, 30 male. First time in a very long time I've had a crush on anyone. We joke around to a point it might not seem appropriate to other people, and it's hilarious. He tends to be a little flirty, which I pretend to brush it off, not to seem so obvious that I have a huge crush on him. But geez, I cannot help myself sometimes, and I find myself staring at him like a little longer than usual. He's everything that I've been looking for in a partner: super sweet, caring, hardworking, and always in a good mood. Even when I can tell he's not in the best of moods, he keeps a positive outlook on things. But
Uh-oh.
he's married.
Oh, right. Wait.
Since he's expressed a lack of romance and just overall happiness and says he only got married because everyone else around him was and felt pressured, I keep my distance and never message outside of business. He always approaches me first, and our conversations are refreshing, even with our terrible dark humor. I'm certain this crush will pass with time, but man, I can't help that it's the right person, wrong time situation. It
Wrong
bums me
time.
out. He always emphasizes how much he likes me and wishes we could hang out often, but I try not to do that, and I have not accepted an invitation. I really want to, but I fear that it's wrong. He's mentioned going fishing and taking a much needed break. I desperately need a break myself, but I think this will end up leading to something that will end with regret. Any advice on this silly situation? What would Tatum do, girl?
Okay. I mean, he's married. So, regardless of the circumstances of what he says, of like how he felt pressured or he's miserable or there's no like intimacy or whatever, like that's a him problem that he has to like work out.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it's just not worth it because she's not going to get what she wants out of the situation unless she literally just wants some dick with like no strings attached. Then it's like, listen, I'm not going to tell you what kind of karma you want, girl. That's on you. But like, it's also not her responsibility to like make decisions for someone else's man, you know?
Totally
She
agree.
can make whatever decision she wants, but I personally wouldn't fuck with it. Definitely wrong time. Like,
And probably wrong person because
yeah.
let's get real, even if he did cheat on you or cheat on his wife with you, who's to say he's not going to get bored of you and cheat on you next?
No, exactly. And like, who's to say he'd even leave his wife? Like, it's just not worth it. I just don't think it's worth it. It's wasted time.
Yeah.
You could be putting your time into someone else that actually is like single and can offer you like the things that you want.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. That's
Well, problem solved. Don't fucking do it, girl. Move on. It's a crush and go find somebody else, okay?
yeah, and sometimes like having those little fun flirty moments in the office, like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like it's kind of like this facade, but like let it be just that. Like
Yeah.
let it be just like a moment in time where it's like makes work a little more fun. Like
Yeah.
there's no reason to like make it personal. Like keep work at work. Don't shit where you eat, I think is the saying.
Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yuck.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'll go next. This girly, oh my God. This girlie wrote in. She said, we need more details, people, for sure. She said, stable, long term relationship, moved to a new state, and started a different life together. Have talked about marriage a lot, but still no ring. How long do you stay? Do you give an ultimatum? Do you wait it out?
This is for me. What would I do?
I don't know. I mean, do you have any ideas?
First of all, I don't understand. Like, okay, hang on. I need to figure out how to word this. I totally get people wanting a ring and like wanting to get married, but like I don't know what the timeline, what that looks like. Like, how long do you wait until you get one? And then when does it become a problem? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also it's like, is that really like, is that going to make or break your whole relationship? Like, I don't know. I don't know how that, you guys, I'm single as fuck. Okay. I don't know.
I think like I mean, me personally, I can relate to like a girly feeling like, okay, how long have we been together? Like, shouldn't we be moving into a certain direction? But I've like put a lot of thought into all of this, and it really just goes down to like this is what we're told since we're like little, you know. We're told that like this, you date a guy and then you get married and then you have kids and then you buy a house, and like as cliche as that is, it's literally like programmed into us from when we were little. So like I can understand personally. I've been in my relationship now for 5 years, so I hope she listens to this. She didn't say how long she was in hers. I've been in my relationship for 5 years, and I think most people, and this happens, they're like, "Oh, well, like, have you guys talked about moving in together? Have you talked about a ring, or what does that look like?" And I have also felt the pressure from society to be like, "Oh, well, you guys have been together for that long and he still hasn't proposed." But that's all it is. It's like this idea, this concept that this is the way it's supposed to be, you know? But I think like I would play devil's advocate and be like, does this person make you happy?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, does this person make you happy? Do your goals align? Like, they say they've talked about marriage, but still nothing has happened. So, like, what about marriage have you talked about? Like, what does it mean? You know, because with me and my man, we've talked about that, and like for him, he's been through that already. So like he did what society said he was supposed to do, and he has a different perspective on it. And like I've never had that. I still feel like I want it, but as we have like more logical conversations, it's definitely like changed. It's like what is the point? Because does marriage actually change anything? Like what is it changing?
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Yeah.
like, and I think a lot of people, they will counterbalance like, well, you get security, right? I think that's a big thing. Like the ring, the document, the government, like legal, you're bound by this person. It's like a legal document. It's a sense of security. If something happens to them, you have like rights to make decisions. You know, your guys' money is tied up together. So I think you kind of got to just pick it apart and like work backwards. Like, what does marriage actually mean to you? If it's still important for you to be married, then live in that fucking truth, girl. But like, that's something that you have to talk to your man about, And I think like understanding why it is important for you. Like, is it the security? Like, are you a stay at home mom and he's making all the money and like you're doing like those traditional roles, then I understand wanting to have the documents that you're safe if something else happens. I get that. And I think that's like where a lot of it has stemmed from. But if you both bring things to the table, like maybe it's the marriage document isn't even what you want, like for me personally, like I don't give a shit about the document. I want my moment. Like that's what it is for.
Well, yes.
Are we surprised? I mean, for real, that's what it is for me after like having all these conversations and thinking about it. Like I want like the gesture of love and the celebration of like our relationship and us like with our family. Like I want that moment. I want the ring, I want the party, like I want the reason to like have a themed bachelorette.
Right.
Like I still want all of those things because that's like the fun. It's like excitement. But like the paper, I could care less about. There are like way better ways to deal with that, like on a one-to-one basis than getting the government involved. So I think the conversation just has to be deepened a little more.
Did she say how long they've been together?
She didn't say, but she said it's stable long-term relationship.
Okay, well, that's great, right?
Yeah. I hope some of that answered your question. Obviously went a little deep because this is like, close to my heart. I feel like I'm in a similar position. An ultimatum, no. I don't believe in
Unless
ultimatums.
you want to go on the TV show and we will support you.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on, girl. I feel like if I was in a relationship with someone for like 5 years at the very least, like, yeah, I would start like expecting or not expecting, but talking about that and maybe
Yeah.
like wanting
Yeah.
a moment to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys, my uncle has been dating his girlfriend for 10 years. She said this at Christmas, and I looked at him and I go, "Are you ever gonna put a ring on it?" So like I totally get it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
especially in that situation, I'm like, God damn, it's been 10 years already.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
I mean, but then there's like common marriage or common laws or something like that where it's like if you're with someone for over 7 years, you're technically married. Like if you're living together and you have proof of that, like you actually fit under some sort of like separate laws that just aren't documented. So there's like that in certain states too. But an ultimatum isn't going to work. Essentially, I think an ultimatum's just going to.
I think that would just kind of make the relationship rocky.
Yeah. Oh, she said long term is 8 years. This was just a little side note. Yeah. Both in our 30s, 8 years. Yeah, I think like you just have to get a better understanding of what these things mean to you guys. And like, I mean, you guys are already married. Like you've been together for 8 years.
Right.
So like, is it actually like marriage or is it the party? Is it the celebration? And maybe you turn it around in a way where you're like, hey, I don't want this to like marriage to freak you out. How about we just like throw a celebration of love? Like, why not do something like that? I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, something intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to where you can still get all of those things, but I get it. Like I want the ring, I want the moment, I want to be proposed to. It's the moment. For me, it's the moment. That's what I've come to. I want my moment. God damn it. God damn it. There better be a
Like, I
video.
want your moment to be a whole like display,
Saga.
and I could be just recording the whole thing. Like that's what I want.
I'll have to tell Zach.
Tell him to hit me up.
Okay. All right. I have another one here. This listener says, okay, if someone calls you a best friend and continues to be friends with your ex, do you leave the friendship or carry on? Mind you, my ex is her neighbor and I helped him buy his house, but he broke up with me after 5 years because, and I quote, I don't photograph well and I'm too tall.
Someone wrote this in?
Yes.
Wait. So she was dating a man and they broke up, but her best friend is still friends with the man?
Yes, because they're neighbors. So I'm assuming she met this girl, the neighbor, when they were together because they bought a house together and they met this neighbor. And so they became really friendly, but she broke up with this guy because this guy broke up with her after 5 years because, and I quote, he said, she doesn't photograph well and she's too tall.
And so she's asking if she should still be friends with this girl.
Yes, because
No, you shouldn't.
girl,
Girl,
that's
oh,
fucked.
it's so fucked. And you know what? It's giving frenemy and
Ugh.
it's giving major frenemy vibes.
I didn't even think about that.
It's totally giving frenemy. She's like saying that you're her best friend,
Mhm.
but she doesn't want to axe this relationship with your ex-boyfriend
For what?
who broke up with you in such a foul fucking way,
Yeah.
first of all. Like,
Yeah.
you don't photograph well and you're too tall. Okay, and you're fucking fat. You know, like, what are we talking about?
Like to the guy? That's what you're saying?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I
And you
mean? Like,
probably have a small dick. It's giving
right.
small dick
It's just like,
energy.
that's I just can't believe that he said that to you to break up with you. Like, that's actually
No, that's
so foul.
it's
Crazy.
so fucked up. So
So
fucked up.
fucked up.
I know this listener, and she also mentioned to me that another situation that just happened was that this girl, she had made it clear her boundaries. Like, she didn't want to be around. She's like, if you want to be friends with this guy, fine. Like, I don't understand why, but I don't want to be invited to anything he's invited to. So then this girl had a birthday party that was coming up, and she had asked her, like, hey, is my ex did you invite my ex? And the friend said yes, but I only told him to come around like between 5 and 7. So she was like on the fence, like, I don't even know if she's like, I don't even know if I want to go. Like, it's causing me this emotional like distress because
Of course it is.
yeah. And I told her, like, when we were talking about it, I'm like, she's like, I got to write this in. And I'm glad she did because I'm like, no, this girl is like not your friend and definitely not your best friend. I love that you said frenemy because I didn't even think about that.
Total
It is
frenemy vibes.
yeah, it's giving like I like the drama, so I'm gonna like continue, stirring the pot.
It's giving, I'm going to start a fire and I'm going to have you put it out for me. You know what I mean? It's a frenemy.
Ugh.
And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like she may be having relations with
Oh, you
ex.
think?
That's what it's giving. What fucking girl that's your best friend?
A mean girl.
A frenemy.
Yeah.
Right?
A
It's
mean girl.
total
You're a mean girl. You're a bitch.
Literally, though, it's a total frenemy. Like, this is reminding me of my old best friend who I no longer speak to because of situations of this nature. Like, not obviously not a friend with my ex or anything like that, but I, I don't know. It's just giving. It's giving me the ick.
It's icky.
It's icky.
Yeah, ditch
If
this
I were
friend.
you,
Fuck
I would
that
ditch
guy.
her
Fuck
if
him.
she's not your friend.
No.
I feel like she would sabotage you in any way she could.
Yes,
And
it
it's giving
feels.
sabotage.
Yes, it is. It's
right?
giving sabotage for
Oh,
sure.
I'm having a birthday party, but only come here from 2 to 4 because your ex is coming after
Yeah,
that. Like,
well,
what?
It doesn't even make sense. Like, oh, then after 7, you're gonna tell him like, hey, you have to leave because she's coming now too. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
First of all, she knows what he said to you when he broke up with you,
Yeah.
and she's still continuing that relationship with
It's
a
fucked up.
disgusting man like that
Her,
because she's also disgusting.
yeah,
And I can guarantee you there's something weird going on there, but we don't need to know about that.
yeah, and or she just doesn't have like she just doesn't care. I mean, that's just like a careless thing to do, especially if you're saying you're friends with this person. And, whether or not you want to ditch the friendship altogether is up to you, girlfriend. But I would definitely, if it were me, I would say something straight up to her, like very forward and just be like, look, this is how I feel about you when like under these circumstances, like it's fucked up and I actually don't want to put my time and involve my time into this friendship anymore.
Yeah, I would axe that one quickly because, it is emotionally distressing too because he emotionally damaged you in your
No,
breakup. Like what he said to you
literally.
was so insulting.
Yeah.
And so for
And
this girl to continue, it kind of just like is a trigger. It's like, why do you want to hang out with
Yeah.
someone that hurt my feelings like that? You know what
No.
I mean? Like, girl, I just know if it was me and you,
Oh my God.
like,
But pop the fuck off.
wow, I'm so upset for your friend or whoever that person was that wrote in. Okay, this is a date fail. You ready?
Okay. Date fail. Up.
My biggest fail of a date is when I met a girl in one night at a party that one of my not so close friends was having. She was pretty attractive and she was really outgoing and fun to be with. So after the night of getting to know this woman, I was infatuated with her. So I decided to ask her on a date. She said sure. So we went on this date, which she decided would be fun. She drove me to a huge bridge outside of the Loop in Chicago, and I was a little confused. I asked her what we were going to do, and she said, just wait. So I waited in silence for about a minute when she took my hand and squeezed it harder than the fucking Hulk and started screaming and crying about how she wanted to die and give up on life.
Wait, what?
They're on a bridge.
Wait, what?
I tried to comfort her, but she said I was an ass for not seeing that she was depressed earlier. So she ran in the car. She ran to her car and drove away, leaving me 3 miles from my apartment. I'm sorry, come again?
She's
She said, yes, I have a date idea. Let me drive us to this bridge, which he didn't know they were going there. And then she started losing it about how she wanted to jump over.
well, and not her literally being like, why can't you read my mind right now?
Anyways, I just thought that was a crazy funny one because I don't know
That's
what I would do. And then you're gonna
wild.
leave me 3 miles from my apartment, you fucking psycho.
Oh, was this like a first date? Did it?
Yeah, it was a first date.
Whoa, that's intense. Could you imagine you go on a first date and they try to unalive themselves?
Or tell me about how they want to do that. I'm like, girl, you don't need to be on a date with me.
You
You need
need
to
to
be
be
on a
on a
date
date
with
with a
a therapist.
therapist.
Okay.
Fuck, that's not
God.
funny. That's crazy. That's a dilemma.
That,
Dilemma down.
but you know what? Guy, you dodged a bullet, clearly. I mean,
Yeah, could you imagine if you were in a relationship with that girl and she's like, if you leave me,
she sounds wild.
you need help,
And
girlfriend.
hopefully she's still alive and well. No, but who knows?
Not her being like, you should have noticed I was depressed. Men are colorblind, okay? They don't even know the difference between orange, red, and pink,
Listen, I
let
can
alone your
literally set
depression.
my chapstick down and be like, where's my chapstick? And it's right in front of me. We can't see shit.
Okay. All right. This is a dating one. Okay. I feel like a lot of girls will relate. I've been dating my boyfriend now for a little over a year and everything is going really well. I love him and we're joined to the hip, but that's my dilemma. Okay. We do everything together. I love that, but I'm also struggling to find the balance between my personal space and time with my friends. One of my girlfriends is planning a trip for her birthday coming up, and when I mentioned it to him, he casually invited himself. I told him it was girls only, and he's clearly upset. Should I feel bad for going? Help me out, girl.
No, you should not feel bad for going.
Oh,
Go on your fucking girls' trip and enjoy every minute of it. First of all, we do not love codependency, especially in a man.
oh, I'm
Please.
so glad you said that.
Please.
I do want to say I feel like this is super relatable. I know I've been in relationships like that, especially where and this doesn't sound like he's like doing anything super crazy, but I've been on the way other side where they're like gaslighting you and like making you feel bad and like trying to stir all this like commotion like in your relationship and saying like no you can't go or if you go, I'm going to break up with you or blah, blah, blah. Like none of that, all of that is red fucking flags for
Love
one.
it.
I think like, but I do think like I understand your partner being kind of like, oh, that sounds like fun. Wish I could come. But it's like, hello, if you're already joined to the hip and doing everything together,
Yeah.
it's okay. Let him be mad. Let
Yeah.
him take control of his own emotions.
And she didn't say like that he said she couldn't go or anything. She
No,
just said
no,
he
no,
was upset.
no. I also don't like this idea of like asking though.
No.
But
First of all, even if you're in a relationship, you still have your own lives.
I know, but I think because, and I'm like speaking from experience because I've noticed that that I've done this in my relationship is like because of being in those past relationships having to walk on eggshells, like it's like a trigger or like a repeated pattern where like when you're in a healthier relationship and then you're trying to make plans like this and well, your past, like the person that you were with reacted in this way where you had to like make these excuses or make it sound like it wasn't going to be like something it was or like kind of like navigate down this path to make it happen. And so I think a lot of the times, which I'm glad this person wrote in because it is super relatable, we feel like we have to like ask our partner, oh, like let me ask them. But no, you just tell them, like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
And that's okay because we can't control the narrative and we can't control other people's feelings either. Like they're going to feel how they want. That's fine. And I think I remember when Zach and I were newly in our relationship, And it was like the first summer we were going on the boat, and I was like asking him, "Hey, can this person come on the boat?" Or I was like, "Let me ask Zach." And he literally, I remember, turned to me and was like, he's like, you don't have to ask me. Like, we're going out. You can bring whoever you want. This is like our time together. But I don't want to feel like I have some weird like hierarchy control over you or
Right,
something.
right, right, right.
And that was the first time where I was like,
Whoa.
whoa.
Yeah.
He was like, "Babe, you can do whatever you want. Like, that's fine. Bring whoever you want." And that's when it like hit me that I was like, "Oh, wow. That's going deep. That's like twisted deep to my core because that's all I've known. Like, oh, well, this person's going to be mad. So you try to like weasel your way through so that it seems like they're not mad to like try to control their feelings."
I think, girl, go on your girls' trip and have fun. I mean, is he upset because he doesn't want you to like go without him, or like, I mean, he has FOMO, clearly, right?
Yeah,
He
and I
likes
think
to be with her,
yeah,
which is sweet in itself. However,
yeah. It there
please don't get
needs
codependent. Let me go on
no.
my trip.
There's 3 parts to a relationship. There's both of the people and the relationship. There are 3 separate things, which means you still have your individuality. You can still do your own things, still go out with your friends, prioritize that time, and I think that's super important too.
Yeah,
Okay? Do you have another one? I have one more.
I don't want anymore.
Okay.
Go, girl.
Last one. Where we at? This was like such a fun little date. It turned into like a whole
I know.
dating column.
You're right, and you're good.
I know. Okay. Over the weekend, I went on my boyfriend's computer, not trying to snoop, dot, 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 and saw that he left open a porn site. Okay. Not trying to snoop. Obviously, I was curious. I wanted to see if there was anything I could use to spice up our sex life. Okay, using it for good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I ended up seeing that he was watching guy on guy porn. I'm a little confused by the situation and I don't know what to do. Help.
I don't know. It's like so hard because I know girls that watch guy on guy porn, but I also know girls that watch lesbian porn
Right,
and
like
like they're straight
it's kind of a
still.
stereotype, right? Because it's not weird if and I'm saying weird loosely, maybe not the right word, but I feel like most people wouldn't think that it's weird that girls are watching girls. Like I don't find that as like gay. It's just like I don't know, girls are hot. I don't know, but when the guy on guy and the guy is straight in a relationship with a girl, it does come off different.
It
And I
does come off different.
is it a stereo? It's kind of a stereotype. The guys can have one, okay? They get one stereotype.
I'm like, does he like should she bring this up and be like, "Hey, I found this. Like I don't want to start any issues."
Well, I think that's
Like
what she's asking. Like, and
I feel like I would just ask him like, "Hey, I wasn't trying to snoop, but I stumbled on this and like I
yeah,
thought, "Oh, cool, like maybe I can use some stuff for our sex life." But then I discovered that it was not another woman involved in these videos.
yeah.
Is there something going on that we can discuss? Like, are
Okay.
you feeling like exploring?
Yes.
What can I do to help that? Like, should we start pegging? Like, what should we do?
Don't go from 0 to pegging.
Well, really, I mean,
I mean,
I'm like, I don't know.
I like the idea of like having an open mind. Like you obviously stumbled on something and you don't have any other answers. Like you're just looking at the 100 part of it. Like we got to find the other 99 pieces, you know?
But it's like me as a gay guy. I mean, I watch lesbian porn.
Okay.
I watch straight porn. I watch
Yeah.
lesbian porn. I watch
I
gay
mean,
porn. I watch it all, girl.
I think the thing too, it's like porn is like a fantasy. Okay. Fantasies aren't real, you
True.
know? Like just because the porn is there doesn't mean like he's ever acted on it or anything like that. I think just going into the situation with an open mind and knowing that like if you do decide to say something, you have to create a very safe, vulnerable space because there's probably going to be a lot of defensiveness and or like complete shutting down,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know?
Yeah, definitely go into it open and just be like, hey, like,
Yeah. Like, and I wouldn't even talk about like him, I would like relate you, like yourself.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Like if you want to say like, "Hey, I stumbled across this. I saw this. Like I just want you to know like I have an open mind. Like we don't have to discuss it right now, but like maybe I heard about like, some of these podcasts, maybe we listen to them together. I just want you to know I'm not judging you. I just want to know more like when you're ready. Maybe we can like have an easy chat about
I
it,
think that's
something
a
like
great
that."
way to go about it.
Yeah. And then you just got to like leave it on him and, kind of see what happens
How long
from
have they
there.
been together?
I don't think it said. I don't think it had dates. No, it was just a little advice help. I think that's the best I can give you on that one.
Yeah, I think just go into it with an open conversation, open mind.
Yeah. And knowing that you might not get the
Because I really,
answer.
in those situations, like if they haven't acted on it, like I know we've talked about DLs and stuff, but like I feel like that goes past like a DL experience. You know what I mean?
Past in what way?
Like I don't think DL men watch gay porn. I mean, I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
probably.
I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
All I know is if he didn't act on it, just, have an open conversation. I think that's where you
I
should
think,
start.
yeah, that's like the first start. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
If it gets defensive and he starts shutting down and is like deflecting,
You don't want to start an argument.
yeah,
Yeah, you want it to like go smoothly. So if there's any negativity, I would like, soft tone, be vulnerable, praise kind of thing, like, and maybe just be like, "Hey, no big deal. Like, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I love you." Something like that. Shut it down lightly.
problem solved.
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay, so we're hoping, well, I am hoping now that the audio is sounding a little better by the time you guys are listening to this. I am also, we have more of a schedule on the show. So by the time you are listening to this, we will be on our way a couple days later to our trip. And our next episode will be a recap, I think, of the weekend, something like that. It'll be like our road trip. We're going to record an episode on our way in the car to Vegas. And I think that will be our Monday drop as we're hungover coming back from Vegas. So now we should be all on schedule. All of the episode numbers should be aligned and we have a better flow of the show, but it's taken a little bit of time. I really threw you into this at like the very last minute.
Literally.
Yeah.
Wait, threw me into like the trip and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Threw me right in. Hey, but this could be a good idea. Like, we're trying to figure out a name for our TV show on YouTube. Like maybe
Yeah.
everyone can write in
Oh,
some
yeah.
ideas.
Comment on the episode.
Comment and write in, girl.
Yeah. Comment if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube. Comment what you think our reality TV series should be called.
The Fag in the Hat. Take on the world.
Okay. We gotta go. Bye.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I gotta go, girl.